What is up, everyone? Okay. What is up? How are you doing? I just got back in the hotel room. I dropped my bag behind me on the bed and ready to do some analysis. I should have actually stuck with the probabilities I recorded first before redoing the probabilities, but I'll explain that in a second in the previous video. Whew, man, we were in this. I'm still wearing my badge and everything. Just got home and I was like, yeah, I got a little bit of time to go live on YouTube for you guys, so and girls, of course. So that is the reason why I am here, and we're gonna have a look at the chart, do some Elliott waves, and also talk probabilities as prices falling, and we can expect lower prices really. But yeah, let's jump into the charts and also put you guys on the screen again. I only have one screen, so if you are here for the first time. Usually I have a two-screen setup, but I'm now in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. I will be back Monday on the 18th. Whenever I have time, I try to provide you guys with some content, some form of an update. And I just got back and I have a dinner with Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan. That's a name and a half at 8 p.m. So that is when you know, I have to go before that time to meet the prince. So I can't stay for too long, but at least let's say for like 50 minutes or something. Right? That should be doable, I suppose. So there we go. What's up, Incredible Sub-Zero, Flotty, Adrian, how you doing? Davey, Flotty again, Gwendizu. How you doing, everyone? Good evening. Today, let me tell you, it's been a busy day. Just came back from Al Mazmak and Al Suat or something, like a shopping center and a castle, like a tour. I was at the arena earlier, the championship as well. In the morning I had meetings, so yeah, it's been quite the day. Okay, let's cover some price action, shall we? Some Elliott waves as well, and also thanks Flotty. I'm 100% Flotty is clicking that button like it's a mouse click competition. That you know, we go over what happened this morning, because fun, like, do I still have the recordings? No, these are documents. Okay, I won't go over that. But this morning, so let's go. Yes, let's go through the scenarios, but maybe we have to start with the local one. Let me quickly check, because I just came back, right? I just came back in my room. I just decided to start the stream. Didn't do any prep, so it's going to be all live and kicking, but I think I want to start local. Yes. So probabilities, right? I had one version of my morning update where I had medium time frame, downside / ranging, and I had low time frame, downside / ranging, like bear basically. I changed that video, and I still got the VOD in my documents as well. I changed it to what you see here, where medium time frame, bear bull or bull, which basically means bear bull, we can go further to the down, but later still expecting a new high to come, or the bull is a wave 5. But of course the problem is from the low here, which was explained in the previous video, which I'll get to in a second, which was lower probabilities for a move up, and that's why I wrote range here, right? Range 40k to like 45k. Is because the bullish scenarios here locally didn't work nicely, right? So if we jump into what we see locally, if we have this scenario, let's start with the bullish one. Now what you see is what I see, so if I don't have the chat on, I can't really see you guys. So we have 1 2 3 4 5. This was the bullish one, right? Okay, where we locally then expect a 5-wave structure to the upside, which is then this one over here, no, to end eventually wave 5 or 5, right? 1 2 3 4 5. Now this wave 4 preferably finishes here, else it's going to take very long. We're already past the 3 fib time. You can have a W, X, and then a wave Y, but if then wave Y in a potential zigzag structure here in an ABC, it's just time-wise, it's not that nice yet. But the main thing was that if this is the low of your 4 and you're looking for an impulse to the upside, there were only two options as covered in the morning video, right? We had the diagonal or we had the double 1 2. And for the double 1-2, your second wave 1 was longer in price than the first wave 1, as it went above the 1-to-1, taken from the low to the high to the low here, right? So this move up is bigger than this move up. And if we came down, as mentioned, that what was mentioned in the morning video, if we come down again, this wave 2 is actually going to be longer than the higher degree wave 2. And this is important. We're talking about Elliott wave degrees here, right? So in this scenario, we have your wave 1, 2, 1, 2. Blue is a lower degree Elliott wave structure. Yellow is the higher degree Elliott wave structure. So preferably, yellow is bigger in time and price compared to blue. The problem here is your blue 1 is bigger than your yellow 1. Now your blue 2 is bigger than your yellow 2. Decreasing probabilities for a double 1-2. Then we actually also had the potential diagonal over here, right? Which was very early, as mentioned in the probability as well. Very, very early to think about diagonals. Usually I only start thinking about it after a 4 is in, but at least the thought is there, because it was the, besides the 1-2, 1-2, this was the only remaining potential bullish scenario, because you can't have an impulse anymore in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the low of 4 had overlap with the high of 1 because of this wick, right? So that is why diagonal was the only other valid option, with the 1, 2, 1, 2 being very low probabilities. But here, we then wanted to see strength, and as mentioned in the end of the probability section of the previous video, it's all about this box. If we can pass this box here, yeah, sure, I'll be looking for the golden box. But we don't, right? We didn't. We're actually moving to the downside. I didn't yet look at the CVD divergences, but I will in a second. So price now moving down once again. Now potentially here, like in an ending diagonal, you want all the waves to be zigzag structures or double, triple zigzags. That's allowed as well. But this is not looking great. And also this wave 2 has at the moment has to move to the right. If we still think about a potential bullish scenario, it has to be something like this. But then you have a double zigzag, right? W, X, Y. The problem now is that your X retraced very high for a double zigzag, as usually the 0.7 is the max, which is the red line on the chart, right? So you can see that low probabilities basically for a double zigzag, increasing probabilities for downside and lower prices to come. So the bearish scenario was that we are looking for an ABC or potentially a bigger impulse to the downside, right? In this particular scenario, still not happy with counting this as an impulse, but I get to that in a second, because I have to look at other charts as well to explain that to you. But besides what happened here, that's actually not too relevant compared to what was happening here, or I should say here, right? This wick gave us two bullish opportunities, a 1-2, 1-2 up, or a diagonal. The 1-2, 1-2, very low probabilities. Diagonal, we never saw the strength. Moving down now, golden pocket over here, rejection. Common for a 2 or a B. The move down in a bearish scenario can be a wave C or a wave 3, right? I mean, bullish would be a wave C. Bearish would be a wave 3 if we look for much lower prices to come. We look for support in a second, and we'll also zoom out, of course. Now, I spoke about the wick in the previous video as well. Price loves to fill big wicks as well. So that didn't really help with bullish scenarios as well because of this wick. Now, probabilities are very high. We're going to fill this wick to the downside over here, right? We're very close to it. Price is falling. And if we look at the degree of its, move to the downside, candles are increasing. Maybe volume is increasing as well. Yeah, so we might have a potential impulse to the downside before the weekend coming in. Let's have a look at the CVD divergences here. What has happened? Yeah, so we had bearish CVD here, bearish CVD here. That played out. Now this retracement, let's have a look. No bearish CVD there. Okay, so there was no bearish CVD with this high. Oh, there was bearish CVD here. Low time frame stuff. This is 15-minute though. I mean, kind of low time frame, I suppose. But lower high, all right, 15-minute order block. Lower high on price. But look at the peak here. Higher high on yellow. Also on blue. So a double bearish CVD divergence over there. Which was over here. Not a bad entry, right? When doing stuff with CVDs as well. Local bear. Oh yeah, potential flat in 2, and then you're going to be looking for a move down. So zooming out, let's go to the higher time frames. Look at the scenarios and then the probabilities as well. Let me quickly open the chat. What's up? How you doing, everyone? Reverse cup and handle. Reverse cup and handle. Cup handle. Cup handle. Oh, like this. Okay, I get it. I don't trade patterns, so I actually had to think there. Reverse cup and handle. Yeah, I mean, cup handle, quite a high handle, of course, but yeah, you know, a cup handle pattern from an Elliott Wave point of view is very much a ending 5, and then you go down in an ABC where you have your you have your like move up in your final 5, then you go down in either a wave 1 or A, then you have a 2 or B, and then a move down. Now a cup and handle with a small little handle, right, is your 5. This is a reverse cup and handle. So you have your 5, right? You go down in a wave A, then you get your B, which can hit the 3A2, and then you move down. So you have a small handle hitting the 3A2, higher probability if you get a small handle that it's a wave B and a C to come, which means higher probability you're going to get a reversal, right? If the handle of a cup and handle pattern is deeper, this move down can both be a wave 3 or a wave C, depending on the move that you get to the downside. So this is also for the pattern traders here. This is how you can use Elliott waves to increase or decrease probabilities of a certain pattern appearing on the charts, because you're able to read the pattern, right? How deep the handle goes has consequences for the move that comes after. Quite interesting, no? What's up, Dasa Gaming? How you doing, man? Found your way from Instagram back to the live chat. Exactly, Friday evening. Pleasure, by the way, Gwendizu. Pleasure. So, oops. Let's have a look then. Yes, I was waiting for my box to appear. So this was the bear bull scenario that was in the probabilities. So the probabilities, the scenarios in the probabilities, the titles they have match the folders I show in the video. So this is the bear bull scenario where we still expect another high, but first we get a higher degree wave 4 in then a couple of 1-2s, 3-4, 3-4, quite a big 5 in blue, ending 3, then look for 4, and then look for another 5 over here, where potentially you're going to get a bigger corrective structure, right? You want to see a corrective structure in 4 and then 5. Arguably, you can have an ABC, but I'm not sure if, you know, yeah, zigzag and continuation might be relatively short, but a zigzag and then you look for continuation. But also, if we look at this wave 2 here, compared to 4 in time, we don't want it to be too long as well. Because time is always something to pay attention to with these type of corrections. Now currently it still works. If this is the high over here, we're only just past the 1-to-1. You still have the 1.618. Wave 4 can be much longer than the 1.618. So we have enough time, but we do have to keep an eye on the time a correction takes. And of course the structure. Over here, this is a bit of a thing. We can count either a flat down or an impulse down, but I'll get to that in a second. So the bear bullish scenario here, right? Couple of 1-2s, couple of 4-5s, ending impulse, then eventually a move to the downside, where preferably wave 5, either it misses out on hitting 50k, but the lower a potential 4 goes, the higher the target for 5 will be. But then I want to go above 50k. So that people get FOMO, greedy, you know, they think new all-time highs, and then I want to see actually that move to the downside. So either cut short or cut long, but don't go 49, 50, 51-ish preferably, right? I prefer to either not hit it below 49 or then go above 51, for example, because the psychology will play an important role around the 50K area, basically. So that's going to be very, very interesting indeed. Now here, targets for a wave 4 are on the chart taken from the low of green 2 to the high over here, right? We have 40.3K hit once with a wick, all the way down to 35.3K, with the 618 being an invalidation at 33.1K. It's not a rule, but a guideline that a wave 4 likes to retrace to the wave 4 of a lower degree, which is the blue wave 4 that we have over here. So the blue wave 4 price area, right, has confluence with the 302 and the 05, and that's important. In general, for a wave 4, the 302 to the 05 is the most common target area. Like common area is 236.05. Most common, 382 to 05. Invalidation, 0.618. So this is definitely an area of interest. We also have some support and stuff, but we'll get to that in a second in this video. And the most bearish scenario is wave 5 is in and we're going down. Well, like we are going to be looking for a bigger impulse to the downside or a bigger reversal. But what I want to see preferably, and it might come later as well, but it's just not there yet, is I want to see big bearish CVD divergences with the high. We didn't have that yet. So what I'm looking for example, here we had bullish CVD. Right, it's a big structure. You have a solid low, solid high. Like this is 12-hour time frame, so it's a big structure. Bullish CVD. We get a push towards the upside. Also down here at 15.4K. I can imagine some people did not use CVD back then, but here, right, that are in the community. But here as well, we had here bullish CVD divergences, right? So big one. Big bullish CVD divergences at the low, right? Then we also here, we had more bullish CVD divergences here as well. And then as price was moving up, we also had bullish CVD divergences over here. As price was moving to the upside, creating new highs and higher lows, bullish CVD, bullish CVD, bullish CVD. And that's what I'm looking for. If I really look for a big reversal, I prefer to see like, CVD divergence with a high or a low. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly the high, but then I want to see a structure down, retracement, and then still bigger bearish CVDs. I want to show, or I want to see the absorption. Here, we didn't have bullish CVD divergences with the low. We had a higher low, move up, move down, bullish CVD divergences here. That is what I want to see, but then the other way around. And at the moment, when we go to, let's say, the 1-hour chart here on the CVD, yes, we have here bearish CVD divergences locally, but we don't have bearish CVDs with like the high over here on AGGR, by the way. We also don't have the wick I have on Coinbase. But we don't have any bearish CVD with this high. Now, of course, just like we had here at the low, if we do get a move down and eventually retracement and we get bearish CVD here, well, that won't be good, right? Then we're going to be looking for price to move to the downside potentially, right? But we're not there yet. So that's why on the medium time frame, I'm not yet too happy with this high because of CVD divergences as well. But also, we have on my chart this like double top situation going on. No? I know other charts do not have this wick, and I keep repeating this in videos, of course, but it's just important as well because the chart Coinbase is usually very clean. Every chart has wicks now and then. I mean, look at Bybit, or Binance even had a big wick to the downside here as well. But I have this wick here, which creates a truncated fifth. If this is or would be a potential wave 5, then on my chart it's a truncated fifth. That's extremely rare, very, very rare. But also, if we jump into the count over here of that move to the upside, it's very difficult to count this as an impulse up here. Because on other charts, this doesn't exist, right? This wick. It's a small little wick on other charts that finish like here, basically. But this structure is the same as on other charts. So what I then focus on is this structure here, besides the fact truncated fifth on this chart, which I, of course, don't enjoy seeing. But nonetheless, if we focus on this structure here, it's still an awful final impulsive count. I actually think maybe I still have something going on. I think I actually removed it after I went through it. But if this is your 1 here, let me put it on the chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a problem. Discount, overlap between the high of 1, the low of 4 over here, because this then is your 4. Overlap between 1 and 4, then you have to think about diagonals. Normal impulse is not allowed to have overlap between 1 and 4. We don't want to see this. Putting the high of 3 up on this high here also does not feel good to me, because over here you have a very, very, very small 2, but then you have this very big 4, right? Actually, if you look at this on the 50-minute time frame, you only see this. So it's not too nice to put 3 up there as well. Diagonals become a problem as well, because 3 is shorter than 1, but 5 is longer than 3, which isn't allowed in a diagonal as well. So it looks a bit corrective, and it looks then potentially like some sort of a double zigzag structure, right? Can be quite annoying to count, but you have like a zigzag 535 here, corrective structure, and then another 535 here, which is then, it can't be an impulse in that case. If we think about a double zigzag ending, then this is not the high of a 5, but the probabilities are higher. This is a B or an X. And then I would count it as a B and then an impulse C to the downside. So then we're counting this correctively. And this is so important for the overall probabilities and the count, bullish versus bearish, right? If this structure is very difficult to count as an impulse, probabilities increase. It's a corrective structure, which therefore increases probabilities. This is a corrective structure. Why? Because on other charts, this is the high. They don't have the wick. But if this is a high, it's then a fake high. It's not a wave 5, it's a B or an X. But in this scenario, I would then count it a B, C to the downside. Then you have an A, B, C. But if we count this as an A, B, C, then it's a corrective structure, which then on the medium time frame increases probabilities. You're still going to see higher prices. Yes, we can go down in a bigger corrective structure, right? This flat here can only be a W. Then you have an X. You can have a Y after, right? You can even have a sharp zigzag where X is in and you go down, right? For wave Y. It's just a probabilities medium time frame. We're talking 12-hour probabilities. If they are, for example, higher to take this high, we can still move down into the 30s easy, right? But the probabilities on the medium time frame won't change. As mentioned just now earlier, we have a big area for a potential 4, green 4, for support and still be bullish on the medium time frame. So really something here really has to appear for those probabilities to change on the medium time frame, because medium time frame probabilities don't change very quickly. Low time frame, low call, you know, those can change per video sometimes. But because this is so annoying to count and difficult to count as an impulse, the probabilities increase for corrective structure, which therefore can increase probabilities for more highs to come still, which would also match with my chart to take the double top that we have here and a potential truncated 5, which is very, very rare. So it does align with the story, besides that the high at the moment over here, the highs that we have, the double top on my chart, like, I don't know what kind of resistance we had here, but for me it's like in the middle of nowhere. We didn't hit the yellow box. I didn't have any big resistance here, because that's why I have my target boxes. And usually pivot points, strong pivot points, are made like around on top of these target boxes. I always have the target boxes a little bit bigger than the actual levels, like create a bit of an area. So yeah, very interesting, I believe. And if we zoom out and just have a quick look at what's actually at this level. Horizontal line. So what I like to do is put a line on top of this one, zoom out, and we just go to the left, no? See what's up. Now we know we are above the point of control, so we have a value area high. Oh, this could be very interesting indeed. Let me go to the 6. The value area high. So we might be in the volume. Yeah, so we are in the volume profile of a previous range, which means this point of control and the value area low of this range can be interesting levels to keep an eye on, which is what we're going to do. So let me do a couple of pulls here. Ooh, that's nice. 12 hour. Show me. That is brilliant. Okay, very, very nice previous range volume profile. So let's put this on the chart and then we go to the current price section and see what's up. So I'm messing around here. There we go. So that's that. Okie dokie. Yes, that's key. Up, remove this. Remove the volume profile. Right, because we know. I have no idea where. Oh, right. Well, there we go. I didn't actually see that value area high, but previous ranges are always important. So yeah, I actually didn't pull a volume profile from that one. But it does give us a very interesting insights. I think the point of control is actually the same as the 2021. Yeah, so 38.9, 38.7, that is big support for price coming down. If it breaks this level, then the value area low is 35.7 here of the smaller range. Let's move that out of the way so that we have some space. Targets. Okay, I definitely got to pull a box around this in a second. Elliott Wave scenarios. Okay, the value area low of that range is still above the 05 as well. That's interesting. Well, we went through the bear weekly gap. That's a lot lower. So we covered it for the people that just jumped in. We covered already quite some stuff here. We are just now looking. We were looking at medium time frame, bearish and bear bullish scenarios, and also this structure here. Finally, zooming in into this structure for then a corrective move. Gotta love volume levels though. Like the value area high, man. Should have actually included that in my target box. Can't have it all. Can't have it all. So yeah, this is. Let's put some interesting target boxes on the chart here. So we have some very clear support areas to the downside. We know the resistance areas. We are at resistance, but also just above we have more. But at least we know now. So what I'm going to do is at least save this. That one. Wait, I have two? Oh, wait, right. Previous range value area. Oh no, volume profile. Let's do it like this. And this is medium time frame stuff. So let's put it in the medium time frame section here. Okay, that's good. Before I go into this, let's go over the. I think I should go over the probabilities first. Let's see what happens in chat. I should come to chat in it. I'm using BingX. Link is in the description if you're interested. We got a couple of nice campaigns. I rarely ever talk about BingX. I'm not really a salesy person, I suppose. People kind of know how it works, right? If they're curious and they want to make use of what the Kunst community gets from BingX. Well, they know where to find the link. So we got a couple of campaigns going on for Christmas and some other stuff where you get some vouchers. You can trade for free, maybe get some, or trade for free, meaning their money. So if you lose, you don't lose anything because it's their voucher money. If you win, you can buy a Christmas present. But I don't really tend to say that too often. People kind of know how it works. But Bing X is the platform that I use. Hence the reason it's the only partner that I have on the channel as well. Yeah, let me before I go into chatting, also with time in mind, probabilities first. So because of what I just explained, yeah, we found a resistance, but we were talking about medium time frame stuff, and this moved to the downside and the medium time frame, right? Where on the medium time frame, price can easily go lower and still be bullish, right? You really have to see something else, like big bearish CVD divergences, big impulses, that sort of stuff. So as long as that didn't happen, we're still looking for more highs to come. Where also for a wave 4, the wave 4 compared to if this is your 2, we still have enough time for a wave 4 here as well. So time-wise, it still works. We don't yet have very big bearish CVD divergences. We got a truncated 5th on my chart, or if this is a 5 over here, like this looks higher probabilities at the moment. This is a corrective structure, but that would mean it's a B for then a C down, which makes this a W, potential X, Y, or you're going to look for, yeah, potentially double zigzag, right, to the downside, which is possible in a 4. Then you move up. So yeah, it's all probabilities, right? All probabilities. You will probably see people count this then as a potential A, B, C to the downside, or a 1, 2, 3, and that they're looking for 4 or 5. The question then is, do you get that 4 if price moves to the downside? Locally here, right, we are looking for price to fill the wick to the downside over here, right? We had a double bearish CVD divergences here and here as well, showing there was some absorption going on locally. Yeah, we had the big wick as well. Probability is high to fill this wick, but then this is a confirmed like 3-wave structure here as well, and that could be the high of your 2 or B for then a C or a 3 to the downside, or you get a wave Y, which can be more complex. So we have to be patient. Weekend is coming up, tends to be rangy as well. If this is a W and this would be your potential X, Y can be a triangle, can be a flat, can be a zigzag. So patience game. But on the medium time frame, we're looking still for higher prices to come before like very big retracements. So, and again, very big. This is still wave 4 target area, right? This is not yet very big. This is 0.5382 area. We're talking like if we would end a wave 5 here, and you're going to be looking for a wave 2, you're going to be looking for the 0.5 to the 786 minimum. Usually, that's the common target for a 2 after a 5. If this is another 1, 2 up. In a bearish scenario, you're going to go to much lower prices, right? So preferably, I don't want to see big bearish CVD divergences, which we didn't have yet. That's right. So yeah, locally we are looking for price moving down. Okay, let's have a look at the support resistance areas and put some support areas on the chart as well. Of course, because I'm in Riyadh, it's not easy to do the morning analysis as well, because like I get out of bed, I don't have too much time in the morning as well, because meetings start and you need breakfast, all the good stuff. Actually, Kamran, I don't know if you're here, but he replied on the setups update that I made for Diamond this morning. He replied with, you look tired. And I appreciate your, I suppose, concern or the fact that you see it. Because, yeah, it's, it's not easy to be at 2 places at the same time, quote unquote, because I'm in Riyadh, board member, Global Esports Federation. There's people, there's many meetings, a lot of chatting, board meetings, like activities, which of course is relaxing, but at the same time you go to and do those activities with 100 other people, which are member federations, athletes, and all this stuff. So, and then in between, whenever I have time, I try to make the content as well. So I think tomorrow or tonight might be a sit in the bath and do absolutely nothing type of night after having dinner with Prince Faisal tonight. So Okay. I got a question about that as well. We already hit the point of control once. So while I'm doing this, after adding some supports, right, support stuff, I will go into chatting with you. I actually had a question about that as well. Someone asked me when I mentioned the name Prince in a, I don't know if it was a recent stream or like somewhere else. Someone asked, like, you know, Prince question mark, no, about like how do you get in touch, like how do you know him? Well, he was in the board slash is in the board. He's now a executive advisor, but he was in the board of the Global Esports Federation. He's now the president, or became the president, of the International Esports Federation, another one. Still great friends, and yeah, I know him already for many years now. So, and he's a great down-to-earth prince. So he's related to the royal family in Saudi Arabia. Hence the name Prince. Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan. That is the full name. And yeah, like, people, you know, it's a prince. So of course, when we see him in his area, he's it's more neat, and it's like, oh, you know, people to him are very chic from the population. Well, when he enters the board meeting room, and you know, that's where I saw him for the first time. He's like, "Yo, Kun, boom!" Like, man, he gets a box, and he's such a down to earth dude. Yeah, it's a great guy. Now, to the downside here, it's not too much great support. Daily naked point of control is a level to keep in mind. Value area low as well. Small little point of control, so we can at least make it a box so that we're aware, but below this there's not much left. So let's range point of control, lower edge of the golden pocket, range value area low as well. Let's just put that in. Okay. And I'm gonna put this on. So we're gonna have a messy chart, but that's how I like to find the target boxes, because we're actually looking for confluences now, no? Let me also pull a fib from the absolute low here to that high. Standard, just to have a look. Okay, not too interesting. So you see all the lines, and what you try to look for in my case is clusters. Now, I actually made a video about this on my YouTube channel, which is called how to avoid analysis paralysis. And it has to do with, many people have so many shit going on their charts. It's even like they send me a picture of their chart, and I'm like, what am I actually looking for, right? But at the same time, it makes trading so difficult, because you don't really have an area. People look for, oh, this line has been hit, so I trade this line, and then. But I try to look for clusters based on the analysis, clusters of interest, which gives me a region, an area. Yes, your stop loss might be a bit bigger instead of trading one specific line, but it will help with trading. Now, this in general is a big area. You have two big point of controls here as well. So the target box always a little bit above and a little bit below. So it creates this area. 2021 point. Wait, high time frame point of control, medium time frame point. Wait, that's previous range. No, medium time frame point of control, and a daily naked point of control. Probably if I pull a fib, I can get some fib to work. Maybe with the low here to the high. Golden pocket is just below. If I take it from that wick, we have the higher low. So the golden pocket is around there. Yeah, I will put GP here as well. This one has the 382. That's okay. We have support already. Okay. We don't have anything. Oh, weekly naked point of control is always interesting. It's a small area. We also have a monthly naked point of control here, but I don't want to make this too big. Like the target box too big. Oh, I see. So we have the range point of control. Daily range value area low. That must be a smaller value area low. So I'm going to remove this. Are we going to include the monthly? I kind of think I should. Then it becomes quite big, but okay, for now I will. Okay, there we go. The value area low with the daily. Okay, this is good for now. This is the biggest support area. I can make it gold, but this is a big one here. Because if you lose the point of controls, the probabilities increase to go to the value area low, 35.7, which is still above the 0.5, but you know. For the people that just joined, by the way, don't worry. We're just putting a few support areas on the chart, right, in case price eventually moves down. But go to the beginning of the video of the live stream to check for the probabilities of the different scenarios and the analysis as well. So, okay. So the ones added are, you know, you can note it down: 49, 41.3, gold 38.6, 39. We added this very, very small one around 37.7. Did this one become bigger? Yeah, 37 to 37.4, and I think that was it. We didn't change anything else. So basically, like for the people that just joined, from the high, probabilities on a medium time frame, 12-hour time frame for me are still higher to see price going up. Even though prices can move down locally, yeah, that's no problem. It can, you know, it can go back into the 30s. Absolutely fine. We have to wait for proof of support anyway, right? More locally, probabilities are quite okay to fill the wick here. And then we have one support area. Losing this support over here, I'll be looking for gold. And then we have to look for a potential C or 3. Or a zigzag. If we look for a W here. One second, I want to put something on my chart that just hit me. That is the current bullish scenario. 1 second. We do a... It's a bit difficult to count. This is oh wait, I'm doing it wrong. B, C, W, X, Y. But then X has to be something double. ABC, 3-wave move up. Looks corrective as well, no? So it's very difficult to count this as an ABC as one structure. A, B, C. W, X, Y. Doesn't really, it's not too nice. So we could have ABC here, any corrective structure in X, and then look for a wave Y up, take the highs, have a B, impulsive move down in C, and then continue after, and then you have a flat in 4. We should not forget, if price would move up and take the highs, a flat is definitely one of the scenarios that's gonna cross my mind. 1 second here. The first night I was here, I forgot to turn the aircon off when I slept. So, which means got a bit of a cold. Now, luckily, I can mute the mic for you guys. 1 second. Okay. Of course, not forget to turn it back on. But okay, there we are. We do have bullish CVD divergences here with the low as well. And that's another thing. So medium time frame probabilities mentioned earlier for upside is we still constantly see bullish CVDs as well. We saw them at the lows here as well. Yeah, we had some bearish CVD, but if you zoom out, there's bullish CVD here. You have bullish CVD here, which, you know, it's close to being validated, but it still appears, right? So interesting. This is going to be something I just keep in mind, just in case. Low time frame. There we go. Okay, what's up in chatting? It's now 19:25, so in about 15 minutes I have to get dressed in some more nice clothing because of the dinner with Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan. What a name, eh? Gotta love the name. Okay, what's up, Chad? How are you doing? How are you doing? So, where were we? TXM, Kun's live stream with sound on one screen, real life work, call on mute on the other. Know your priorities. We love to hear it. What's up, TXM? How's your strategy going? I don't know if you posted anything about it in Discord as well, because I haven't kept a close eye on everything that's been happening, but I'm happy to know. But thanks for the priorities. Priorities on point there. Sikim ML Double B, what's up, mate? Thanks for being here and the kind word as well. ANK, how you doing? Second time. I'm lucky to find your channel. Thanks, my friend or girlfriend, who knows? But I appreciate you being here. Well, you say brother, so I guess you're a guy, by the way. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for hanging around as well, subbing to the channel. We actually passed. Who wrote about that? Christian here. We indeed passed the 5,500. Nutty. But Nick K, what's up, Nick? How you doing? Which exchange are you using? Bing X. We always have campaigns running and extras for the community, so the links are in the description. You as a viewer probably know how it works on YouTube. If you want to support the channel a little bit, then feel free to check out Bing X by clicking on one of the links. They're of course affiliate links. You rarely ever hear me talking about those links unless I get a question. I also never mention them in the videos. They're just in the description. So, you know, if you want to support the channel, you can check it out. We got some free stuff. People can trade with vouchers, so you don't lose, but if you win something, you get what you win. Christmas presents, right? And you support the channel a little bit as well at the same time. So that's very kind. And of course, if you want to make use of the platform but not support the channel, you know that BingX is the platform that I use, so you can check it out. Watty, how you doing, man? Doctor, look at him go. Brand new badge behind your name and the green name. What's up, man? How are you doing? I gave you the role diamond, gold, and silver in Discord, by the way. I know I didn't reply yet on your email because I went live immediately when coming back, but I did give you the roles in Discord, so you can check out the Discord. Make sure in Diamond to go to the FAQ channel, because there's a lot going on in Diamond. There's many channels. There's a lot of activities across the channels as well. So activity. So yeah, what's up? How you doing? Newest member, the absolute newest member in YouTube. Christian 5510. Yeah, it's crazy. Right, we started 20th of Feb, and I have the notebook at home, but in the notebook at home, I did some research on the growth of other channels in a similar space, and my goal, like if I do have a numbers goal, I don't really often look too much or give too much value to the number, because I give more value to the content and the videos that I want to produce. But 5,600 was the end of the year goal for me, which probably is going to be pretty much spot on, seeing the end of the month coming in, I guess, because it's been very consistent growth over the past months, and yeah, pretty incredible. So thanks everyone, like thanks to you watching, viewer, VOD viewer, subscriber, not watching this video, or others, doesn't matter, being part of the community. Maybe you are not subbed but you still watch the videos. Thank you as well, right? Because you help the algorithm find people that do subscribe. So yeah, it's been a crazy ride, and you guys are giving me difficult choices for next year, because I have to make choices now. But it's been really fun. Very unexpected as well, but really fun. Goedendag, what's up, Roller? Goedenavond. Joel Juarez. You're the best, thank you. Appreciate your kindness, your comment. Hope you're doing good, Joel. MT in the house once again. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a busy day, quite tired. Kamir was right. He commented on a video this morning saying, hey, you look tired. Yeah, it's been quite a week, combining Riyadh, the business here, with trying to update you whenever I can. But it's been good. Like, man, I'm updating my for the people following me on Instagram. Link in the description as well. But I still have to upload the stuff from today, which I'll probably do after the dinner tonight, because I'm now here and then I go to the dinner. So we are heading to 39K. Well, at the moment, price is moving to the downside, so that would be correct. Doesn't mean it has to hit, but it can hit, absolutely. Probabilities are high to fill this low, like fill the wick over here. This looks very much like a three-wave structure then, right? With the medium time frame probabilities, yeah, still looking for price to eventually move up, but it doesn't mean we can go into the mid-30s again, right? The 0.5 fib, as shown earlier in the analysis, is at like 34 or 35.3 even. So, but this is important. If you lose the blue box here, I'll be looking for the yellow one down here. That would be an important area of support for me. Bring some hot weather back to Europe. Yeah, I mean, it's I think it was like 20 degrees here, I guess. It's currently 22 and a half in the hotel room here. Appreciate that you still make the time to make content. Thanks, Lisu, and welcome as well to the channel. I think that's your first comment, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't recognize your name, and usually I'm quite good with recognizing. So it might be your first message here, but nonetheless, thanks for the appreciation. I try to do my best. Bullish CVD on the 50-minute, yes, that is correct. Between the wick low. However, CVD is best used with yes, you can have a wick here, for example, and then a higher low. This was bullish CVD and it played out. I'm never really a big fan of such a big wick, right? Like, and also it's a big wick in basically a counter trend. Like here you move to the downside, here you had a big wick, gets filled, you actually make a solid low here. Yes, a small wick, but that's fine. It's not this one. Bullish CVDs with big wicks have a lower probability of playing out. So I prefer to look for solid lows or highs, of course. 1-to-1 ratio, 39k incoming. Yeah, for if you look for a potential A, B, C, I can imagine that is a area of interest. This is not a nice start for like this here. It's not a great start for both a wave C or 3. This has to be your 1, 2, and then 3 to the downside, and then a C or a bigger 3. But then this has to be a 1, 1, 2, 3, right? A, B, C. But this is very much a 3-wave structure. So, and I don't have the time to, and I want to chat as well. I don't really have the time to go in depth and look here. But it doesn't look like an ABC. Not so sure about a WXY yet. This looks like, you know, this can be an ABC as well. That's the thing. Can be a finished ABC structure. So yeah, we give price a little bit of time. Edward Park, how you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, I know. Like, it's not the 3 updates a day, of course, at the moment, but at least I prepared everyone on YouTube. So with the content schedule changes because I'm in Riyadh. But good to see you. How you doing? How you doing? Akash Yadav. Hi, sir. I'm new to your channel. I want to learn. First of all, welcome to the channel. Good you found the channel as well. Blessed to have you here. And if you want to learn more about Elliott Waves, of course, you can pick up things from the videos. But I recommend just the free websites in the description. I have 2 websites that are linked there. I think it's called the bit.ly Elliott Wave Detailed and bit.ly Elliott More Information. The detailed one is very good. Start there. If you want to have more education, more knowledge, more guidance as well, and want more help, you can always check out the Gold membership because that's an Elliott Wave course, right? It's all my knowledge, everything I use. Daily naked point of controls, volume profile, like target boxes, order blocks. It's all in there. And then of course Elliott Waves, but it's more than just Elliott Waves. It's all of Elliott Waves. I show all the templates, all the rules, all the pools, all the whatever, right? So if you want to have more guidance, then you can check that out. But I always recommend starting with the free stuff because, you know, why not? Joel Juarez, when retrace? I mean, theoretically, we're already retracing if you talk about a move to the downside, of course. Move to the upside, we first want to see proof of support. Now, the weekend is coming, and the weekend tends to be rangy instead of impulsive. So what's the Central European time is currently 5:30. So the New York market is closing at 10, which is in 4.5 hours. So if there's no big moves before 10 p.m. tonight and we start Saturday, then it does increase probabilities of upside later. So yeah, but we got to be patient tonight. That's regarding weekend, of course. But yeah. So I mean, at the moment, probabilities are higher to fill the wick. We have a bit of support here. But it's a little bit awkward to say if this is the beginning of a 1, 2, and then a 3 to the downside in a C or a bigger 3 because of this wick being incredibly deep. So basically, we could also be ranging here in between the support we have and the resistance we have throughout the weekend. But that's what time will tell. Main thing is price is moving down. You know, I want to wait for proof of support. The stuff that I look for, your plan, your strategy, right? Your entry requirements, CVD, market structure changes, candlestick patterns, stochastic, RSI, whatever you use, you want to see some stuff and then see proof of support, connect it together, connect the dots, and then potential long, but want to see proof of support. Fib Newton 618, nice name by the way. Finally, an Elliott Wave channel that measures the moves, gives probabilities. Yes, correct. Any link for Discord? Yes, in the description as well. Welcome, by the way, my friend. And yeah, correct. I always give probabilities. At the beginning, when I started the channel, I didn't, but people wanted to have the probabilities of the scenarios based on feedback. So I included the probabilities as well in my videos. Most of the time, we do have a direction, up or down, but sometimes I write like range or neutral because we want to wait for more price action. But I do think, probabilities are important in Elliott Wave. So, and I don't give a number, but based on the content I make, it becomes quite clear if we're looking for a move up, yes or no. So based on the probabilities, like here, right? I don't know for the ones that remember when wave 5 in a potential diagonal got invalidated with this move down, we said probability is very high for continuation down. Theoretically, once this wick here, like I gotta zoom in, once this wick here was taken with this one, we could already see a move down coming, but once we hit the max target for a 5 in a potential diagonal, that's when probability are high to move down as well. Bullish CVD here, probabilities up, but yeah, we do probability stuff here. Yeah, heroes also rest. What's up, Avon Mobile? Yeah, I like to keep going, but yeah, resting is important. And also with these events, you tend to go to bed quite late as well. Luckily, you can wake up late as well, but it messes up the rhythm a little bit. At the same time, though, we're 2 hours ahead of Central European time, and I basically sleep at Central European time like 1 a.m. and then get up at 8:39, which is still Central European time hours, basically. The doctor, I noticed, no problem, I'll hear you soon. I got to go now, family's here. Enjoy your family time, man. Enjoy your family time. The doc. Pleasure, doctor. Just as tag me if you have any questions in Discord. What's up? Newest member here, Yannick Granger. Yannick, welcome. Also, the second newest member is Yannick. By the way, Yannick, I've seen your email. You made a brand new Discord account, of course, so you might be auto banned, but we have to because I have to unban you all the time. Let's have a look quickly. Because by the way, look, this guy, I'm not sure if this is you, 70931. Based on your email, that should be you. But if we go to the server stuff and banned people and whatever not, then this is you. So young accounts rule, that's a protective rule, by the way. So I can, and it's if your account is younger than 3 days, it auto bans because of scammers. I mean, look at Koons. Some people are auto banned, right? Most people you see here are auto banned. And if you don't see the young accounts rule in there, they're auto banned for, having my names or whatever it is, like all these shitty scammers and stuff. So look how many Koonses are in here as well, right? Deleted accounts tend to be Koons accounts as well. So, yeah, of course, I just unbanned you. I can take the protection of, but then we need to time your entry as well. But then this is not you, I suppose. Like, I don't get it. Aha. So you are in the group now, Yannick. That's sorted out. So I guess you're in the group now. So I guess that works. Good vibes from Spain. Sun shining in Spain. How you doing? That's nice. Maybe moving to Spain. Where do you live in Spain, actually? Like, we might move to Spain. Next year, 2 years. South of France, Spain, like that area. 1 or 2 collabs and you'll reach 7k subs next week. Yeah. Yeah. Or 15. Jeez. Oh, I don't know. I gotta think about collabs, What do you do? Gotta talk about it with you. What's up, Mark? Lisu, I watch your videos more, but first comment, yes. Your memory is very on point. Thanks. Also a Dutchie. Love to hear it. Where you from? Where are you from? Many Dutchies always on the channel. Akash Jadav, pleasure, my friend. Abdul Karam Abunaji, how you doing, bro? Can you give a percentage to the probabilities you see on the chart? I always tend to give higher, lower. So with the medium time frame probabilities at the moment for still higher prices to come at a later stage, with the info that we have now, I'm probably around the 70-30, 80-20, 70-30. Area, but that's 12 hours, so we can easily dip to lower prices before continuing up. And then on the lower time frame, looking for this low to be taken here, because price likes to fill wicks. We have a little bit of a hiccup, but the longer, so the thing is, the longer price ranges here, the more bullish it is. Because if you're really going down for a wave 3 or you know, then you want to see volume increasing, price moving down quickly. The longer it ranges and stalls, the higher the probabilities become for the medium time frame scenarios as well. But also locally, you're then going to look for support areas. Let's come to Portugal. I know, right? USDT dominance, probably another time though. Because I also need to go for dinner. Bitcoin can't go lower. It can go very low. Can also go very high. But at the moment, we are at 41.9K. Okay, everyone. I gotta have dinner with Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan. I live in a really small village. What type of landscape? Not too far away from big cities, but still like the outside area. More green, more water, more forest, you know. Friesland. In my van in Portugal. Wow. Lizu, I got to talk with you. I want to know more. That sounds fascinating. At the moment, not yet, Mirko. Maybe at a later stage, but at the moment, not yet. So, okay. Everyone, I think this was my shortcut to put the webcam full screen. Ooh, okay, guys, I gotta quickly change in my very nice clothes, if you know what I mean. Like actually put a blues on instead of looking this cash. So because I have dinner, I gotta move now. It is almost it's 7:45. I gotta be downstairs at 8 for the dinner. So yo, guys, thanks for and girls, of course, men and women. Lads and lasses, whatever you and general and other genders. Of course, we have no problem with anything and anyone on the channel. So I should actually maybe not say guys, girls, but hey, I mean, you know what I mean. It's YouTube, right? Doesn't matter. We can say, like, you understand. If you're gender neutral, that's fine as well. Welcome to the channel. So what I've got to do, I have dinner now. Tonight I won't probably be active on YouTube and maybe on Discord. But tomorrow morning, another update can be expected. So that is the plan, which will be a normal video. And then tomorrow is the final day of the World Championships as well. There was a Saudi Arabian guy that sent me a DM, Crypto Snippet. If you're here, you can reply. We can meet up on Sunday just to answer your question because you were interested in meeting up while I'm here. If anyone else is in Riyadh, I got some time on Sunday, so feel free to send me a DM on Discord or anywhere else on Instagram. We can maybe see if we can do a bit of a meetup. So okay, cheers. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning for the update video. Bye bye.